Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. On Sunday's roundtable discussion panel, we went over the utter failure that was D23. I have since been releasing that whole discussion in segments. Parts 1 and 2 are out. Part 3 will be out tomorrow, and it will cover a bit of what we're going to talk about now. But I feel the need, I need to jump the gun. I need to bring it to you. I need to talk about it now because D23 was a disaster. What was D23 supposed to accomplish? D23 was supposed to shine a bright, beautiful, wish upon a star light upon all great things Disney. Look what's coming from Disney. Aren't you excited to watch this trash show and this trash movie? Aren't you excited to see your childhood trampled over by a bunch of woke tards? Oh, you're not? Well, don't worry, neither am I. I rail against the Disney war machine. I fight back. I defend Star Wars where I can. I remember when the MCU was good. And I remember when the actual Disney products were wonderful and delightful. Again, D23 was supposed to be a massive glory back patting event of look what's coming, aren't you all excited? When in fact, we are now, 2 days, 48 hours removed since its final presentations on Sunday. And what are we all talking about? We're not talking about all the different shows and movies and events that were announced, or maybe even games in some cases. We're talking about The Little Mermaid pushback and Brie Larson. That's what we're talking about. Here it is, the Little Mermaid trailer. Of course, we're not going to watch it. We don't need to. It's a teaser trailer. All we need is this gecko-eyed person on the front here to remind us that they race-swapped Ariel. They gave her dreads. You can see the dreads because all black people have to have dreads. And have her do her rendition of a song. A rendition of Part of Your World. Which, that kind of ruins it. Here's the big story, though. Now, when we made the video on Sunday, and you'll see it tomorrow. I'll clip that out. It was in 973,000 dislikes. And now I said it probably was really at 2 million because we know that restored dislikes extensions on Firefox and Google Chrome, they're an estimation. And the more people use it, the more they get an accurate number. Right now, you can see it 1.5 million, which means I would say it's probably closer to 3 million out of the 11 million views. This thing has been lapped 3 times from the likes to the dislikes. Nobody wanted this. Nobody asked for this. We warned you, Disney, that you would get the pushback. Nobody is celebrating this. The shills are trying to pretend that it's all racist backlash and that everybody supports Halle Berry. I don't care about Halle Berry. I don't know who she is. I barely remember her name. Literally. I had to look it up twice before I did this video. Don't know who she is. Don't care who she is. What I care about is that this is a desecration of a classic. As my friend Dre said, the Disney Renaissance era, where they restored their place as wholesome family entertainment in the late 80s, early 90s. This was terrible. And this is all people are talking about. They're not talking about any other project. None of the announcements for the MCU. And when I say people, I mean regular normies and fans. They're not discussing this. They're all making videos talking about this. No one is making videos, having streams, really discussing how excited they are for the slate, the MCU releases, the slate of MCU releases, all the other projects aside from the Little Mermaid remake, reboot, revival, live action, call it what you will, and the abysmal dumb Disney Star Wars announcements. But we're not done. They're also just talking about Brie Larson, Queen Brie Larson, the most unlikable person ever. fugly feet, flat ass, personality of, I guess, a mollusk. We're all talking about that cringe interview she had with Variety on the red carpet during D23, where she was asked point blank, "Are you going to be Captain Marvel anymore?" She's like, "I don't know. Whatever. People want me to. Okay." That's what they're talking about. And then they're talking about how Brie Larson comes out and pushes back with these glamour images with the stars of the Marvels, which she isn't even. It was supposed to be Captain Marvel too. Again, remember, it was supposed to be Captain Marvel 2. That's what people are talking about again. We're not talking about Secret Invasion. We're not talking about Wakanda Forever anymore. We're not talking about anything else. We're talking about Brie Larson. Not the MCU, Brie Larson and her reaction. And then her counter to the trolls. Look at us. Aren't we posing? And all these pictures. She's looking into your soul because she wants to swallow it. That's what D23 has turned into. This is the lasting memory of D23. Little Mermaid Backlash and Brie Larson and Captain Marvel 2. That isn't Captain Marvel 2, but now the Marvels. And that nobody wants her anywhere near the MCU. That fans, she's been resoundingly rejected. That's D23, guys. That was D23. Success? No. Failure. Complete and utter failure. As is everything they announced. Everything they announced as part of D23, I would say upwards of, I'll be fair, 95% of it will be a disastrously received by the general public. Because people, this right here shows you, this 1.5 million downvotes that's the normies. That's the regular people speaking. That's not just us nerds and us nostalgia-attached people who remember the good old days. This is the regular Joe and Jane on the street that have had enough of Disney butchering, desecrating, pissing all over the things that we've loved for decades and generations. Is this the beginning of the end of Disney? I don't know. What I do think is that this could be what I've talked about before, and others said, this is death by 1,000 cuts. One cut here, one pierce there, one bite here, one armor chink falling off there. Disney is not indestructible, they're not infallible, and they're not beloved anymore. 10 years ago, still beloved. Now, hated, despised. We're done. We're not going to take it anymore. You know what? I'll be here to report on it. All right. Now I am done with this. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, why don't you hit that like button? It'd be much appreciated. And if you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube, where I hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny Stan and SJW Fifis. Hit the notification button, share my video if you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, please leave a comment. Love to hear from you guys, because you guys are great. You're just like me. You're fans who have had enough. And we do not care one itty-bitty, tiny-bitty bit about what the Stans or the SJWs think, because 201, they are the actual minority and cowards behind keyboards. And I cannot wait for this video to trigger them. Thank you again for watching this video. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me at therennerd@gmail.com. That email's for channel business only, so I check it on a daily basis. Also, you can find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can find me at Rumble and Odyssey, The Renaissance Nerd. Thank you again. See you next time.